SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flo.
In the headlines, CDB economic growth revision shows SVG's protection remains positive at 2% with improved performance in tourism. Bahamas former Prime Minister says a clear path on the way forward must be cut as immediate hurricane relief efforts winds down. World leaders urged restraint after Saudi oil attacks. And in sports, Australia women wins first T20 international against West Indies women by 6 wickets. These and other stories coming up in SVG TV's evening news and sports.
That was the news headline sponsored in part by Flo.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Monday, September 16, 2019. I am Rochelle Baptiste with the details. The Caribbean Development Bank says SVG's economic growth projection for 2019 remains positive at 2.0% as stay-over arrivals continue to improve in the first 4 months of this year. This is contained in the bank's 2019 Country Economic Review mid-year updates. SVG's update shows real GDP grew by 2.2% last year, which is 1.2% higher than 2017. The bank says this was supported by recovery in tourism activity following the opening of the Argyle International Airport. It says there was also strong growth in manufacturing as a result of an increased demand for reconstruction materials from hurricane-impacted countries and in fishing. However, it noted that 2018 growth outturn was lower than its previous estimate of 2.8%, mainly due to lower than projected growth in the heavily weighted transport sector. Region-wide, the CDB projects positive economic growth at 2.0% compared to 0.7% in 2017. In 2018, all borrowing member countries, with the exception of Barbados, experienced positive economic growth, which the bank says was largely driven by construction and improved tourism performance. The highest rates of growth were experienced in Anguilla and Antigua. The CDB has noted that increasing global economic uncertainty continues to affect economic performance in the Caribbean. The institution listed rising trade tensions between the United States of America and China and uncertainty over the outcome of Brexit as factors that may influence economic performance in the region. Representatives of government and non-governmental organizations were part of a two-day consultation to look at gender and vulnerable groups in early warning systems. The consultation was held by the Ministry of National Mobilization and the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO. NEMO's director, Michelle Forbes, stated that women, children, and the elderly and differently abled persons are usually most affected during a disaster, hence the need to effectively address this population, especially so in the area of early warning systems, as persons interpret warnings differently.
And that all of our work must be able to address this population, especially so in the area of early warning systems, as persons interpret warnings differently. And thus, when a warning is given or when programs are developed, it is with the intention that every section of our population understands the warning and, most importantly, can take appropriate action to save lives and property.
Minister responsible for Gender Affairs, Frederick Stevenson, said while NEMO has systems in place, there are always gaps that need improvement, especially when it comes to the vulnerable.
What we discuss here at the national level will also feed into the regional framework for the development of early warning protocols. And I want to encourage all present to ensure all of our interests are articulated as we aim to have gender and vulnerable populations included in the early warning systems that is developed with gender and vulnerable populations considerations included in the development of an end-to-end early warning system.
The United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction is supported SVG in addressing the early warning systems. Its Caribbean advisor, Mara Contro, noted the cost-benefit of preparing for disaster with an efficient early warning system in place.
Reduction is a central part of sustainable development, as decades of progress or development may be lost in few minutes due to an occurrence of natural or man-made hazards. That is why it is very important to work with disaster risk reduction and at the same time recognize that $1 invested in disaster risk reduction and prevention can save anywhere up to $15 in post-disaster recovery. Early warning systems are an essential part of functional disaster risk reduction.
NEMO's early warning systems for the gender and vulnerable involves local partners such as the Central Water and Sewage Authority, the Met Services, and SVG Red Cross. Station Sergeant Parnell Brown, attached to the traffic branch of the RSVG Police Force, says they've received positive reviews from motorists and the traveling public with the diversion of the morning traffic in the Annesville area into capital Kingston. On Monday, September 2nd, the gates at the decommissioned E.T. Joshua Airport was opened to allow vehicular traffic across the runway in an effort to ease traffic congestion in the area in and out of capital Kingston. On Sunday's Viewpoint program on SVG-TV, Station Sergeant Brown said everyone seems to be happy with the new arrangements.
But this was made possible through the effort of the Superintendent in charge traffic, Superintendent John and his men, along with the Commissioner of Police and the Ministry of Transport and Works, along with the Minister Francis, who did everything within their powers to ensure that the way from the airport going down to the police garage, going round to Annesville, Cane Garden, is somewhat motor accessible. They have done some paving of roads and so on to make sure that motorists are comfortable driving along that road. And as early as 5:15, the traffic out of Kingston on evenings is cleared, and as early as 8:15 at mornings. Motorists are very happy with the new diversion, and I want to once again commend the persons who are responsible, the traffic department, along with the superintendent and the Minister of Transport and Works, along with Baxter.
Vice President of the Omnibus Association, Angus Mackey, and past President of the Association, Len Grant, who are also panelists on the program, said that the traffic diversion in the Annesville area was a thoughtful gesture.
As well, I would like to congratulate the traffic branch for making such a move. I am hoping that as we go forward, we would see a partnership. I always like to call for partnership, because while one set of persons might be happy, then another set of persons might be affected. So it is all good when we make sure that we are working hand in hand with each other, so that at the end of the day, everyone would benefit from whatever decision are made. Like
with the the diversion of the road, I really can't add anything. You know, for now it's working pretty well, as with everything in life. Not imperfect, but it's working well.
SVG is home to many unique endemic species, and the Forestry Department has been doing its part to help preserve these species for future generations to enjoy. So says Forestry Supervisor Cornelius Richards as he spoke with SVG-TV News on work being done to control the invasive Cuban frogs, as well as to protect the Union Island gecko. The Union Island gecko is now considered an Appendix 1 species, which, like the St. Vincent parrot, is legally protected from trade. Richards noted that this protection is supported globally.
Once you're sent to that level of protection, you're supported globally where the trade of this species is concerned. Mind you, we also have another species as an Appendix 1 species, that is our St. Vincent parrot. It was listed somewhere in the late 80s, early 90s as an Appendix 1 species, so it's protected by global trade. In late August this year, as part of a national delegation, we were successful to present the species to CITES, and it was listed as an Appendix 1. What this means now is that we now have international protection for the species where it is traded. So let's say, for example, someone has in their possession the Dudini in Japan. Having that species in your possession is now illegal. Once it can be proven that it came from the wild, and that is easily proven through genetics, through DNA, you can then be prosecuted. And if you attempt to trade that species, you the seller and the buyer in Africa, in Europe, wherever, you would then become prosecuted under international law where trade is concerned. So we're grateful for that designation. But the battle really doesn't end there.
Richard said the Forestry Services Department will be working along with communities on Union Island to foster greater appreciation for the gecko and other unique creatures which have been discovered on the island recently.
Now working with our communities on Union Island to develop a sense of pride, national pride, like we do the St. Vincent parrot within the country. To see the gecko as their own. So we have a massive education program ongoing, and we're now developing a mascot. We're in the process of designing a mascot that represents Union. We'll be telling the people more about it, because we're going to come to the people to be part of this process. And then you would have your own gecko. Story doesn't end there. Now that we've gone into the habitat and we're doing scientific research, we're finding other species that are endemic only to that area. We now have the pink rhino iguana, which was recently classified as a subspecies. There's one in St. Lucia, one in St. Vincent, unique subspecies. So the one in St. Vincent on Union is found nowhere else but on that part of the country. That's a unique species. We now have we're now investigating several species of other lizards, smaller lizards, and there's there's a very small snake, you call it blind snake, that Barbados some years ago publicized as being the smallest snake in the world. We now find that it resides in that area. It's a very small snake, that big, and it's now found in that area.
The forestry supervisor said it is important for these creatures to be preserved for future generations and appeal to the business community to do its part in protecting these species and to give back more to the environment.
Our going into Chatham Bay, finding Dudini simply opened the Pandora box of conservation, and there's so many other species now that needs our attention. And we cannot do it alone. We have our international partners like the Flora Fauna International, who is very active, and they're raising funds to like Disney and other organizations globally to assist in maintaining our program down there, and our own, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Preservation Fund, that is also supporting us on mainland St. Vincent. So we are building our partnership. One of the things we would like to do though is to encourage corporate organizations that has the capacity to support our credit unions, factories, our companies that are making some turnover and can give something back. We are going to be approaching you, asking you to adopt our environment. You know, for example, there are companies on the island who are using water for the production of goods and so on. why not give something back to the environment to make sure that you can continue to harvest clean water to do that? And so that's the next step we're going to be taking next year.
60 public servants here today commenced a 4-month-long Spanish training program. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
The local news sponsored in part by Flow.
Funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. When you walk through our doors, our work begins. From corsages, to flowers, to guest books, whatever you need to make that funeral a memorable one. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home, helping families preserve memories.
C-Star Limited is now located on the 3rd floor of the First St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products to furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the First St. Vincent Bank building. And don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. C-Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
Kidney disease is a growing concern around the world and here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chronic kidney disease is a life-threatening condition which occurs when a person's kidneys are no longer able to clean the toxins and waste products from the blood or perform other kidney functions normally. When this happens, a person needs dialysis. Dialysis is where a machine takes over the function of the kidney and safely removes the poisonous waste from the blood. Since 2012, Health Solutions Inc. has operated a full-service hemodialysis facility in SVG that offers state-of-the-art equipment, courteous, well-trained staff, and a comfortable treatment environment.
We're encouraging for early detection. Anyone who is either diabetic or hypertensive and has any questions or concerns, please contact us at 784-451-2836 or visit us at www.healthsolutionsSVG.org.
Your sofa sets, your mattress, your carpets, your office chairs, and car seats all hold body fluids, viruses, and bacteria that can be harmful to your health. At Howard's, we will steam clean your sofa sets, your mattress, your carpet, and your office chairs with heated dry steam that kills viruses and bacteria. Call Howard to steam clean your sofa, mattress, carpets, and chairs at 532-8855 or 451-2960. That's 532-8855 or 451-2960.
We're celebrating 60 with the fans, and bringing value home is priceless. Of course, you get the best of both the worlds. save money and time. It's the vibes, we got prices on the low. We got it, bring your fam to the store. We got brand name items for your whole comment. We got what you need and more. It's happening in the store. Shop at Courts.
Welcome back. 60 public servants here will over the next 4 months benefit from a Spanish training program made possible through the Republic of Colombia. Larissa Pugsley-Kidd tells us more on today's opening ceremony held at the National Public Library.
Nurses, Coast Guards, immigration officers, and foreign affairs staff are among the first batch of 60 public servants receiving training in the Spanish language. Those identified would, at some point, need to use the language in their respective workplace. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Colombian University, Universidad Pontificia Bolivariana, collaborated to have this first-of-its-kind language program for public servants. Permanent Secretary in the Foreign Affairs, Sandy Peters-Phillips, says it augurs well for the exchange of cultures between SVG and the Republic of Colombia.
Activities related to the promotion of Spanish and English as foreign languages used as a mechanism to strengthen educational and cultural ties between the Republic of Colombia and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and importantly, shares the view that culture is a solid base to underpin fraternal civil, political, socio-economic human relations between the nationals of the respective states.
Professor Jose Orlando Gomez of the Universidad Pontificia Bolivariana will be conducting the 4-month-long program, which will be held 3 days per week, Mondays to Wednesdays. The different levels and modules of the Spanish language will be covered with the hope that the participants will have a high-level understanding of Spanish.
There are many things related to similarities, not differences per se. So learning language is a good excuse to get to know the other. The concept of otherness at the end becomes very important. And celebrating culture, celebrating together that we're here to share this experience is a great opportunity. No dropouts. Hope you enjoy the Spanish course. Please, please.
Director of Training of the Public Service Commission, Dr. Riza Noel, says she anticipates long-term benefits of introducing the Spanish language to the public servants.
Firstly, public officers in several public service entities, such as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Immigration Department, encounter non-English speakers in various contexts. Thus, learning a foreign language, well in this case Spanish, would help to augment service delivery to Spanish-speaking individuals. Secondly, research shows that foreign language study creates more positive attitudes and less prejudice against persons from different cultures.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the Republic of Colombia share 38 years of relations, which was further strengthened in 2013 with the South-South cooperation. Reporting for SVG-TV News, Larissa Pugsley-Kidd.
The SVG Open Campus of the University of the West Indies is boasting a record increase of students' enrollment for the new academic year. As we hear in this report, the increase is attributed to more persons locally seeking tertiary level education.
For the first time, the SVG Open Campus of the University of the West Indies recorded more than 500 students registering for various courses this academic year. Marketing Assistant at UE Open Campus SVG, Ronnie Daniel, credits the government's education drive for the increase, noting that more persons now see the need to access tertiary education.
At this time, the existing government policies have allowed almost everybody to access tertiary education, because through the open campus, persons could start at the very basic in terms of a certificate level, or you may wish to be admitted as a specially admitted student. So you could do a course that you may see something in a program that you like, and you could enroll and register as a specially admitted student.
Daniel noted that courses in demand are the short-term courses, which are certificate programs, as well as the BSc management courses.
The BSc management studies, but we also have a few other programs in political science, social work. I think the educational courses are gaining some ground, although again we have offered quite a few programs here at the Open Campus in education over the years.
There are more than 40 courses offered, with a number of them accessible online. This year, the new programs being offered are in sports.
One of the excitement is, for the first time, the Open Campus is offering an undergraduate program in sports. So we've just started, just this September, the BSc in Sports Management. You could also do the BSc in sport coaching, and also you have kinetics. So we have quite a few persons who have expressed an interest who are enrolled in those programs.
Registration for January 2020 is now on the way, and persons are being encouraged to invest in at least one of the programs being offered.
We tend to promote education as a lifelong experience. It's lifelong learning, and so while getting a degree is important for promotion and so on in the workplace and for personal development, we also say it is for life, really.
The SVG-UE Open Campus site is currently under reconstruction, which is expected to be completed in time for the second semester, which starts in January. Reporting for SVG-TV News, Larissa Pugsley-Kidd.
That brings us to the end of the local segment of the news. We hear that Bahamas' former Prime Minister says a clear path on the way forward must be cut as immediate hurricane relief efforts wind down. This from the region. When we return, stay with us.
That was a local news segment.
The Everready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs, and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Everready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Everready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Everready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci Tang. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci Tang. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci Tang. Juicy.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They are General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
At RE/MAX, we know you want to sell your property at top dollar and as fast as possible. To help you sell at top dollar, all of our agents are trained to negotiate the highest possible price for your property. And to sell as fast as possible, our agents can access over 120,000 agents around the globe, which results in more potential buyers. This is why nobody in the world sells more real estate than RE/MAX. Contact your RE/MAX agent today and get your property sold.
The health
health of your eyes greatly impacts your daily life, from driving, watching television to texting. At Imperial Optical Inc., we promise you the best in eye care. Our trained staff, in-house ophthalmologist, optometrist, full-service lab and optical boutique position us to cater to your entire eye care. Understanding your needs and how to meet them, whether you require routine eye examination, prescription glasses, contact lenses, or sunglasses, you can choose from a wide range of designer frames at affordable prices and be greeted with excellent customer service in an inviting atmosphere when you visit us opposite the Anglican Cathedral on 58 Granville Street, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., where your vision is our mission. Telephone 456-1882. Fax 456-2205.
That's new for your eyes only. We're celebrating 60 with the best, and bringing value home is priceless. Of course, you get the best of both the worlds. Save money and time. It's the vibes. We got prices on the low. We got it. Bring your fam to the store. We got brand name items for your whole comment. We got what you need and more. It's happening in the store. Shop at Courts.
Jams Car Rental has a fleet of vehicles covering all transportation options you'll need to discover or rediscover SVG. Whether you want to head to the countryside, enjoy a special weekend, or take a trip to one of our national sites, we have just the right vehicle for you. Jams Car Rental, located in Edinburgh. Call us at 485-6620 or 529-6393.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome back. In our news from the region now, we hear that a clear path on the way forward must be cut now that rescue and recovery and immediate relief efforts are winding down in the areas of the Bahamas devastated by Hurricane Dorian. It's an issue that both former prime ministers discussed during a recent media briefing. We hear more in this Eyewitness News from the Bahamas.
With evacuations and recovery now moving to the final stage in the wake of Hurricane Dorian, the concentration will now turn to the long road of rebuilding, and it appears that residents on the island want to waste no time.
We were in Grand Key today. That's a community of about 350 to 400 people. It has central electricity. It has, the worst osmosis, water. So the community has running water. It doesn't take very much to get the electricity restored or to get the water operational. The owner of Walker's Key next door has resources, both manpower and financial. Mr. Christie mentioned he told me today that he has already put together nearly $1 million for the restoration of Grand Key. If they were given permission, or if BPL could go and restore the couple poles and the 2 transformers and the fuses that are missing or damaged, his generation capacity would be able to hook into and generate electricity to Grand Key, and they can be up and running in a matter of days.
In fact, there are a couple of low-lying fruit that, according to former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram, can be accessed to get the island and Keys going again.
Prime Minister also told me that the business community in Abaco, when he spoke to me on Sunday, was ready to start building, rebuilding, and repairing And so that's a good sign. Right? But again, it needs extraordinary levels of collaboration and coordination to make it happen.
Insurance payouts will be key to businesses and residents succeeding in this initiative.
It's going to be probably $500 to $600 million in insurance money paid out for claims in, say, Abaco, resulting from this hurricane. The vast majority of that will be money that's going to be spent back to restore. You know, there was a hurricane in Grand Bahama where I think that the amount of money paid out was more, but $100 million of that was for the Grand Lucaya Hotel. So that meant $100 million went straight back to China, where it came from in the first place. In the case of Abaco, you don't have any big hotel that's been destroyed, etc. It's mostly homes and businesses, etc., etc. And generally speaking, it's going to be used for the benefit of the people in Abaco.
The former North Abaco MP says the Bahamas must capitalize on all the resources currently available to us from the Americans, British, Caribbean, and Dutch.
Meanwhile, CEO of the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employees Confederation, Jeffrey Beckel, says the organization will be focusing on assisting small and medium-sized businesses in the wake of Hurricane Dorian, as they are the driving force behind any local economy. He said it is important that they are given all the support they need to rebuild and to thrive.
The Chamber has been focusing its effort in the last 10 days on the medium and longer term. And to your question specifically, we are going to be focusing on the SME community. How do we best get them back up and running? We're going to be partnering, you would have seen the release from Central Bank in terms of easing the requirements for borrowing. We're in conversations with the commercial banks about how they can play a role in helping to get these small businesses restarted with soft loans. We're also raising money as a Chamber of Commerce with the view of raising funds to help small business with seed money to get them back on their feet. And then two, part of our obligation is to really look at how we plan for business living in this region.
Well, Beckles added that as small island developing states are vulnerable to climate change, more must be done to ensure adequate protection for businesses against disasters.
Change is a major part of our life, and it will change the conversation about how we prepare for business resiliency, business continuity. How do we best prepare ourselves for these inevitabilities? Obviously, a Category 5 storm is a major storm and very little can compete with it, but I think there are still some things that we can do. So our focus is going to be and continues to be, how do we ensure that we are best positioned to help our small businesses get back on their feet, and financing is the major challenge, and that is the one that we have embraced. And as I said earlier, we'll be working with those in the financial space to ensure that these SMEs have access to capital.
That was news from the region. World leaders urge restraint after a Saudi oil attack. This from the international scene. When we return, stay with us.
That was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome to Finishing and Furnishing, where a warm and friendly staff awaits you. At Finishing and Furnishing, you feel like you're in a home away from home. You will find a wide range of bedroom, living room, and appliances displayed in a stunning setting. When dealing with furniture, you need to take into consideration the colors of your room. That's why at our Penta Studio, we supply the best in interior and exterior paints. Have wooden furniture? Well, we also have stains, sealers, lacquers to get that matte or gloss finish of your desire. So give us a call at 457-2206 and come on down to Finishing and Furnishing today and start building the home of your dreams.
Tourism is for me. Tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah, live it, love it, embrace it.
The body moves in many expressive ways. The freedom of movement is often taken for granted until that freedom is restricted by pain. Myers Pain Kill Gel is scientifically formulated to alleviate muscle and joint inflammation. With this gel, you can target the pain in areas where it's needed the most. Bring the joy of movement back into your life with Myers Pain Kill Gel. Available at leading stores and pharmacies in SVG.
We're celebrating 60 with the best, and bringing value home is priceless. At course, you get the best of both the worlds. Save money and time. It's the vibes. We got prices on the low. We got it. Bring your fam to the store. We got brand name items for your whole comment. We got what you need and more. It's happening in the store. Shop at Courts.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Couriers Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I don't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Couriers Distribution Limited.
Let's go further afield now. A number of world leaders today urged the United States and Iran to exercise restraint after a drone attack on Saudi oil infrastructure, which Washington has blamed on Tehran. However, Tehran denies it was behind the attacks claimed by Yemen's Houthi rebels. Saudi Aramco says the fires knocked out more than half of its entire daily output, close to 6 million barrels of oil. We hear more in this report.
Government says it already knows who did this, but Iran denies it was behind the attacks on Saudi oil infrastructure claimed by Yemen's Houthi rebels.
We reject these types of statements and projections. The Islamic Republic of Iran has clearly declared that it supports the people of Yemen and their rights. But to accuse the Islamic Republic of Iran of these attacks and defensive measures is in line with the United States' maximum falsehood policy.
The state-owned oil company Saudi Aramco says the fires knocked out more than half of its entire daily output, close to 6 million barrels of oil. Donald Trump warned Iran that the US is locked and loaded to respond to the strikes on Abqaiq, but other countries are urging caution.
The Houthis have taken responsibility for these attacks. At the moment, we are analyzing, along with our partners, who is responsible for this attack and how it could happen. We need to do so with the necessary calm.
We have noticed the relevant reports. Pondering who is to blame in the absence of a conclusive investigation, I think is in itself not very responsible. China's position is that we oppose any moves that expand or intensify conflict.
The impact of an estimated 5% dip in global supplies sent oil prices on a wild ride, up 20% before coming back down some. Investors and analysts were also initially spooked.
It will make a global recession much more likely because Europe is already in the throes of recession. Chinese growth in China is slowing down, and growth in the U.S. is slowing down. The last thing we need is a spike in oil prices and a disruption in oil supply.
But by the time European markets opened, assurances from the US and countries like Russia that reserves would be freed up had helped settle nerves. Although some European markets opened down a little, contagion from this attack does appear to be limited for the moment. But as Donald Trump's bellicose tweets highlight, this is a volatile situation. And how long it takes for Saudi to get production back on track, plus the next moves from Washington and Tehran, are all things to watch out for.
Well, that's the news sport is just ahead. But before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Caress Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Caress Distribution Limited.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnisville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
The local weather forecast, it is overcast with rain. Winds northeast at 22 kilometers per hour. Temperatures 26.8 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity is 92%. The barometric pressure is 1011.4 millibars. 24-hour rainfall 41.8 millimeters. Today's maximum temperature is 27.8 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature is 23.6 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 6:07 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow at 5:53 a.m. The forecast, it is generally cloudy and breezy at times with light to moderate showers, occasional rain and possible isolated thunderstorms. The synopsis, the tail end of a tropical wave is affecting the islands.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
This is Jake's Kitchen, the most trendy place to customize your kitchen in all of SVG. And when we say trendy, you better believe it's hot. Cause we've got the latest in stylish kitchen accessories and fittings at astonishingly available prices. Guaranteed to make your kitchen bling bling. And our new arrivals will do just that. Step up to our showroom, upstairs Caribbean Glass in Kingstown, and make your kitchen the envy of all. When you're customized by Jake's Kitchen, you don't keep up with the neighbors. Oh no, the neighbors better keep up with you.
SVG-TV Sports, sponsored by Remax Results Realty.
Fantastic opportunity to own an income-producing property next to the Argyle International Airport. 8 self-contained apartments. Currently, the street-level space is used as a small supermarket. Loads of potential for this great property in the right location. For additional information, we invite you to visit our website at svghomesandland.com or call our offices in Diamond, 784-456-2016.
Welcome to the evening sports. We hear that Australia women took a 1-0 lead in the 3-match 2020 International Cricket Series against the West Indies after they won the first match by 6 wickets with 7 balls remaining at the Kensington Oval in Bridgetown, Barbados on Saturday. The scores: West Indies women 106 for 8 of 20 overs, Stephanie Taylor 44 not out, Megan Scout 3 for 31. Australia women 108 for 4 of 18.5 overs. Meg Lanning 54 not out. Chanel Henry 2 for 15. Australia women lead a 3-match 1-0. The second match is scheduled for today. Will start in this evening at 7. Also at the Kensington Oval in Bridgetown, Barbados. Tobago defeated Team SVG by 2 wickets in the third and final 50 overs match of the Ian Allen Lincoln Roberts Cricket Series at the Parkhill playing field yesterday, despite the local men Ian Swin's 111 of 98 balls. The victory gave Tobago a 2-1 win of the series. Tobago won the toss, put St. Vincent and the Grenadines to bat first and dismissed them for 238 of 49.1 overs. Asif Hooper provided support to Swinning with 46. The wickets for Tobago were shared between Dejon Charles 3 for 45, Joshua James 2 for 30, and Ansel Ned 2 for 25, and a wicket each to Jeron Alfred 1 for 44, Keyshawn Dillon 1 for 21, and Shaquille Duncan 1 for 29. Tobago lost 8 wickets and reaching their target, scoring 239 for 8 or 50 overs after Joshua James top scored with 55, Keelan Lynch made 37, and Christian Adams 33. Tobago also won the only 2020 match in the series. In the first phase of the Beach Volleyball Continental Cup, SVG was outclassed by St. Lucia in the country versus country matchup in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic on September 15th. The Continental Cup was introduced in 2010 as part of the Beach Volleyball Olympic Games qualification system. In the best-of-3 game, format Ronaldo Franklin and Ashmont Franklin were closely edged out by Gillian Active and Augustine Flotnan of St. Lucia by scores of 21-19, 21-19. The second game saw a battle between Darryl Franklin and Delshon Welcome of SVG and Tevin St. John and Jermaine Courtney of St. Lucia. The St. Lucians eventually prevailed 2 sets to 1, 21-14, 18-21, and 15-7. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy, Massey Stores Pharmacy, where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at Q-Care Pharmacy. Q-Care leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. Q-Care Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs.
Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grounds 453-2089.
26 retail shops and restaurants open now for your convenience. At the cruise ship terminal, at the cruise ship terminal. It's a great venue to rent for functions, secure parking, great ambiance. At the cruise ship terminal, at the cruise ship terminal.
Convenient parking at the Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal and the Geese Compound. The Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal has 26 retail shops and restaurants with a variety of food offerings. A great secure venue for your function with a great ambience. Also, we offer lock storage service. The Cruise Ship Terminal. Convenience for you.
At the cruise ship terminal, the cruise ship terminal.
We're celebrating 60 with the best, and bringing value home is priceless. At course, you get the best of both the worlds. Save money and time. It's the vibes. We got prices on the low. We got it. Bring your fam to the store. We got brand name items for your whole comment. We got what you need and more. It's happening in the store. Shop at Courts.
Welcome back. Computech All-Stars are the new champions of the Acres Agri Diamonds Football Championship after beating SV United of Georgetown 4-2 in the finals yesterday afternoon at Diamonds playing field. Shandell Samuel, Ryan Butte, and Diomanji Samuel and Bedford Joseph scored a goal each for Computech All-Stars. The goals for SV United of Georgetown were scored by Kimron Osmond and Dwayne Cupid. Earlier, Chapman's All-Stars defeated Quebec's Pride and Joy 4-0 to clinch the third place position. Keon Batiste netted 2 of the goals for Chapman's All-Stars, with the other goals scored by Jaron McDowell and Brandon Johnson. 3 Yards sealed a 2-0 victory over Bookament yesterday afternoon in the Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines Haroon Bowley Football League at the Curtains playing field. On Saturday, defending champions Recos and Sparta played to a 3-3 draw. Tomorrow at 4:30 p.m., Vermont will take on Legends at the Curtains playing field. And that's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up. Stay with us.
SVG-TV Sports was sponsored by Remax Results Realty.
Remax Results Realty proudly presents this spacious home that's perfect for a growing family with 2 living areas and kitchens. It features a circular stairway with attractive wrought iron balusters, an in-ground pool, and wraparound covered porch to enjoy the great sea views. For additional information, we invite you to visit our website at svghomesandland.com or call our offices in Diamond at 784-456-2016.
Is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances, TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture. Right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses. Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer. We'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer. The #1 family store. It's us with Singer.
Tourism is for me. Tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
A funeral is considered as the last goodbye. The memories are for you, the family and loved ones. Joseph the Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home sympathizes and understands the grieving process. They go the extra mile, offering counseling, private funeral, chapel service, night viewing and church service, along with other services expected at a professional funeral home. Visit the office at Mesopotamia. A warm, modern and customer-friendly environment awaits you. Joseph the Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home, offering affordability in time of need. We are here. We care.
We're celebrating. celebrating 60 with the best, and bringing value home is priceless. Of course you get the best of both the worlds. Save money and time. It's the vibes. We got prices on the low. We got it. Bring your fam to the store. We got brand name items for your whole comment. We got what you need and more. It's happening in the store. Shop at Courts.
And now for a second look at the headlines. CDB economic growth revision shows SVG's projection remains positive at 2.0% with improved performance in tourism. Bahamas' former Prime Minister says a clear path on the way forward must be cut as immediate hurricane relief efforts wind down. World leaders urge restraint after Saudi oil attack. And in sports, Australia women wins first T20 international against West Indies women by 6 wickets. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Rochelle Baptiste. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Set for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prizes to be won. Set for Life. A brand new home. Set for Life. A brand new car. Set for Life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for Life. Did your day done set? Set for Life. December 28th. Set for Life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for Life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner, turn your own keys. Set for Life.
We're celebrating 60 with the best, and bringing value home is priceless. Of course you get the best of both the worlds. Save money and time. It's the vibes. We got prices on the low.